Now we'll wipe away the excess glue and saw the dowels flush. From here, we can screw in the hinge like normal. Here's a convenient way to help cut tape while packing up boxes. We'll use a small piece of the snap-off blade and tape it to the back of our thumb. Now we can easily cut the tape while packaging our boxes. We can apply some double-sided tape to this hammer to keep these small nails in place and to prevent us from hurting our fingers. Just stick the nail onto the double-sided tape and hammer it in. Our next project will be making a DIY drill bit. We'll fasten these 5 wood screws into this vise and then shave off the heads using an angle grinder. Next, we'll hold all of the screws together with a zip tie. Attach it into the drill, and now we can drill holes into wood. Sometimes we need to install wire clips in difficult places. Instead of using a hammer, we can use this wood clamp to drive the nail into the wood. Now let's make a sanding drum drill bit out of some PVC pipe. We'll cut 2 pieces of the same length. On one piece, we'll cut it down the middle and wrap sandpaper around the outside. Then we'll push the other piece inside to secure the sandpaper. Next, we'll attach a bolt with washers on each side. Now we can attach it to our drill to make sanding a little bit easier. We can take this angle grinder disc and cut it into a few smaller discs for our rotary tool. We'll insert a small bolt through the center and attach it to the bit that connects to our rotary tool. Now we can make some incisions into this PVC pipe to create a little holster for our tools. With these 2 pieces of wood, we can mark out a square notch. Now we can mount a bracket to one end with some screws. We'll then attach our handle to this piece of MDF. This will help us hold our pieces in place while we drill holes. We can unwind this thick wire rope by first cutting it, then attaching it to our drill. Secure the wire into a vise and drill it in the opposite direction to separate the strands. We can then shave down one side of this bolt and drill a few holes through its center. We'll add some nuts and then one of our wire strands into each hole. Separate the strands on each wire. And now we can use this as a drill bit to clean the inside of this pipe. By fastening this hacksaw blade over some washers, we can use it to help us cleanly tear off smaller pieces of sandpaper. If you need to hide screws, a good way to do it is by first drilling a pilot hole and then use a spade bit to drill a larger hole. Now install the screw and fill the hole with wood glue. Next, we'll seal it with a large dowel with the same type of wood. When drilling holes normally, sometimes the edges around the hole will start to chip. If we start our holes by putting the drill in reverse, this will remove enough wood on the top layer to not chip away the surface. Then, we can drill the holes normally for a clean finish. Want to add some color to these Christmas lights? We can use these straws to help. Just insert the lights into the straws and cut the straws to the appropriate length.
Pulling out a nail can be difficult. Just one little trick will help correct the situation. Nothing is difficult with an electric screwdriver. Take out the screw halfway, change the mode, and insert it diagonally. Do you have a chip on your countertop? It's easy to hide with 2 wax crayons and a soldering iron. Just remove the excess with a knife. What ugly joints! This should not be allowed in your house. Add a small piece of baseboard and a completely different look. What should always be on hand for a real craftsman? Of course, a pencil. You can write down your brilliant thoughts with it. Some macro and nailing wouldn't hurt. Oh, those masks. Honestly, we're all very tired of them. Fortunately, you won't have to use masks for its intended purpose anymore. There is a better option. So it's not a bad alternative to rope or even a water filter. After using it, you can throw it away without regret. We also have an interesting way to use a lighter. You only need one piece of it. Carefully pull it out and drill it. Couple more seconds, and you get a great drill bit for grinding metal. Now let's go to pipes. It's easy to pierce them if you're not careful. You can avoid this with a small metal gasket. You cut it, notch it, and attach it like this. It will no longer be possible to drill holes in the wrong place. Let's try to lay flooring where the pipe is placed. It's not really that easy. One wrong move and the appearance of the room can be spoiled. But we know how to cut a perfect circle. A construction stapler is a great thing. By the way, you can use it for not its intended purpose, but for example, as a drift punch for metal. You will have to do a little upgrade, but trust me, it's worth it. What can you make with a small piece of plywood and a furniture dowel? I know, that's not an easy question. At first glance, nothing useful, but that's a misconception. Just little imagination and time allows you to create incredible things. For example, this educational game will appeal to any child. And all you need to do is a marking and small notches. Grind, take glue, and use it to fix a wooden dowel. Only the patient can cope with this work. Remove all the wooden burrs and sharp corners, so that no one gets hurt. That's it. All that's left is to add the most common rubber bands. This will keep the baby occupied for a long time, and it definitely won't get in the way of our work. In the meantime, we will cut a beautiful wooden log. It can be used as a leg for a small table. Careful, no sudden moves. You can pay dearly for them. Look, it turns out beautifully. It really can be quite a nice interior decoration. The last tip for today is a structure to hold a water bottle. Just add a couple of 3 wooden sticks to hold it in place. Check it out, that's impressive.